Well, good morning. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. It's a little sunny, but still pretty chilly here. I'll be going home after I get unloaded. I want to talk to you all a little bit about the voting laws. Okay, the HR 1 and state voting laws. Now, everybody on the left has been coming out and criticizing Georgia for their new voter laws. Okay, you had the president or the CEO of Coca-Cola, a James Quincy, coming out and basically slamming Georgia for their new laws that require voter ID and all that. And he's trying to push for the HR 1 voting bill. Now, he's calling it a restricted, the policies, the laws that Georgia enacted, restrictive for minority communities. Okay. Now, I'm not sure what era this man's living in, because last I knew, everybody I've talked about this before. Everybody I've ever known has had an ID to buy cigarettes, alcohol, a lottery ticket even. You have to have an ID for everything. So for him to be saying that minorities don't have IDs and it's restricting their rights to vote. Well, that in and of itself is a racist statement. So who's really oppressing the minority communities? Is it the people that are trying to shore up our election process to make sure that there's not fraud and cheating? Or is it the big business and the politicians on the left, because they want to ensure that there's no way that they lose power, so they want to enact the HR 1 bill. Now, I'm in agreement with the state of Georgia. We need to secure and shore up our election laws nationwide. Now, the CEO of Coke and a few other major businesses are pushing for the HR 1 bill. They think that it's a great idea and that it should be implemented. Well, here's the thing about the HR 1 bill. Each and every state in the union is allowed to make their own election laws. Okay? So even if HR 1 passed, okay, every state has the right to do as they please with their election laws. They do not have to technically adhere to the HR 1. They can still require a ID, even though the federal government says one isn't required. The state can still say that they require an ID to vote. So depending on what state you're in, a liberal state or a conservative state, they can make up their own rule as to whether or not to require, just like they already do. Okay. And then you also have the CEO of Delta Airlines coming out and saying that basically the same thing that the CEO of Coke has said, that that it's a racist bill and that it's restricting the rights of the American voters to vote. No, it's not. I mean, Mexico and many other countries around the world require a ID to vote. The only ones that don't are banana republics. Okay? So really, do we want our nation to become a banana republic? Honestly, I mean, it is not so far-fetched that we would have to have an ID vote. We have to have an ID for everything else. Hell, they're tossing around the idea right now of having a ID to prove that you have been vaccinated, so that you can go to concerts and so forth. And okay, well, that causes a lot of problems in and of itself there, because that would be racist if you look at it from their point of view, because a lot of people in the black community do not want to get the vaccine, simply because of the things that the government have done to the black community in the past with the Tuskegee experiments and many other atrocities committed by our government against the minorities in this country. So, a lot of black people are not getting the vax, okay? And it's because of the things that the government has done in the past. So they're afraid that they're going to be experimented on again, is why they're not wanting to get this. And I honestly don't blame them. And we shouldn't be forced to take a vaccine if we don't want it. It should be just like anything else, like the vaccine for chicken pox or mumps, measles, all that. It should be voluntary. We should be able to opt out of it. Okay, you should not be trying to force us to take a vaccination, especially if it's against our religious beliefs or whatever. And requiring us to have a passport to prove that we did, it violates so many rights that, if they pass that, then you might as well throw out the entire Constitution, because it violates many of our rights. First off, it goes against HIPAA itself. But anyhow, Wells Fargo is, now I do agree with this. Wells Fargo is trying to get the government to make Election Day a federal holiday, which I think it should be. That way more people would be able to vote. Okay. Now, we'll see as to whether or not I vote in the next election, because, honestly, I don't think my vote really counts anymore. I think it's predetermined, but that's my opinion. Now YouTube may slap me for this video, but hey, the truth has got to be known out here. Anyhow, that's about all I got to say on that for right now. I've already made a video that pretty much rants about this kind of stuff. These business leaders there are business leaders all over the country that are being pressured to support the H.R. 1 bill. And yes, I said pressured. Okay, a lot of them are not doing it voluntarily. They're being pressured by those on the left. Okay, anyhow, this has been Dan. I hope that you all have a great day. And remember, PTSD, you need to have it. What do I mean by that? PTSD stands for Preps to Survive Disasters. Everybody should have PTSD. If you don't have it, get it. This is Dan with We the People and with PTSD Prepper. Y'all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. And I just wanted to remind everybody that I started a backup channel. It's called PTSD Prepper. Please go over to that channel and subscribe. And, I will be uploading videos over there to back up my channel here. It's just a safety precaution because of the way that YouTube's been doing with our channels here lately. So please go over, subscribe, like it and follow my page there. And, I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless. Have a safe day. Bye.